Morning viewers, welcome back to the Man Cave on yet another lovely day. Following on from yesterday is what this video is all about. I went for a day's ride, a short day's ride with three other the Himalayan lads. First time this year out on the trails, and it was really good. It was great to be back, to be honest. Got a bit dirty, but you know, it's how it goes. That's what trail riding is all about. But I recorded this one because I got so much feedback from the previous video about single-sided or single-channel sound, image stabilization not being that good. So I've hopefully sorted it out a little bit. Anyway, the sound got sorted out. That was a bad microphone, bad contacts on the microphone. Image stabilization, it's poor on the GoPro Hero 4, but I've put a new mount on my helmet anyway, so that's taken some of the shake away. Hopefully, I'll let you have a look for yourselves and see what you think. And when I'm studying like this, we have this conversation, myself and Peter, Lane's Explorer, up further north, about the comparison of the weathers. And yeah, I mean, Peter likes to get out and ride at Lane's Explorer, obviously, and it's a similar situation to me really down here in the Peak District, whereas Peter's up on the outskirts of the lakes, and it's nice to make that comparison. But Peter, I'm sure you'll let me know what you think. All right, mate. So yes, have a look through it. Everybody else, of course, have a look through it, and I'm sure you'll let me know what you think. All right. But like I say, yeah, I look forward to constructive criticism. I really do. Anyway, see what you think. All right then. Cheers. Right then, as they say in this neck of the woods. Morning, folks. We're out on Blizzard today, the Himalayan. Unexpected couple of hours out with the chaps, the Himalayan group I ride with, riding the trails, and I don't usually film these little short jaunts, but today I'm making an exception because of the response from my last little video when there were one or two problems. The sound was reported to be good, nice and clear, but only coming through on one channel for those that were listening in stereo, particularly if you're listening in headphones. I hadn't picked up on it because when I'm editing, I just listen with one, and it always tends to be the left-hand headphone earplug, if you like, in. Just in case I'm expected to answer somebody when they speak to me. Because if I don't, I get accused of selective deafness. I'm sure you know what I mean. So yes, it was only coming through on one channel, so I've played around with the microphone, and I've got another microphone attached, and it's all very confusing. It is for me anyway, being a total technophobe. But I'm hoping I might have sorted it. And the other thing is that with this, I'm giving this little old GoPro another go. Because it's been reported a couple of times that image stabilization doesn't seem to be working. Well, with this old Hero 4, there is no image stabilization, so there isn't a setting for that. But what I think it might have been is that the helmet mount, I got a bit of a headache, it was a bit loose, shall we say, and was rattling around a bit. So I've invested in a helmet mount from a company called Chin Mounts. chin mounts in America. Alright, just over 30 quid, but it's purpose made and it fits right to the chin of my helmet, and it is a good solid fit, and the camera is nice and steady. There's no rattling around, so we'll see if that doesn't solve that little issue. Highland cattle all the way down here in North Staffordshire, brilliant. Really makes me homesick. I know I live in Staffordshire, but certainly when I was working up there, my heart really was in the north of Scotland. Anyway, never mind, enough of that. So yes, it actually feels like a spring day today. The sun's trying to get through up there. We don't want to mention that though. No, we don't want to frighten it off, do we? This is Hartington again. Really pleasant little village in Hartington. Gets incredibly busy during the season though, on the weekends. Hartington Hall on the left. Youth hostel these days, as I pointed out in a previous video. Now I know I meted the other lads for a bit of trail riding, but it's easy to sneak this one in just to warm up on the way across. You know, I think it's actually literally months since I last rode any trails, and I think it's the same for the rest of them, because this one is on the messages they've said, well, the main organiser, Mick, has said let's go and ride some easy trails. I think he's probably feeling a bit rusty as well. Speaking of rusty, I'm going to have to get the washer out when I get home and wash Blizzard off. Oops, tractor coming. Never met a tractor across here. Pick me spot. Don't throw any of that stuff at me. Out to do a bit of spreading. Oh, you can smell it as well. You can't just smell it, you can taste it. Ooh. Oh, this is good. Out here again. This is what the Himalayan was built for. I found another couple of channels to watch for myself that really, again, a couple of channels that make me feel homesick. The Adventures of Blear Review, really nice guy. A lot of his stuff is around where he lives at in Dundee, but a lot of lanes that he covers that I thought I knew me way around up there, but I've got a lot of lanes to ride when I go up there.
hopefully going up to Braemar next month. Oh, it's next month now. I've not realised, because we're in March, aren't we? Yeah. 3 or 4 days Braemar, Royal D-side. What happens in between I don't know, but from then onwards I should say. But then October, my annual trip to Spain, but this time, I know I've mentioned Morocco in the past, but I'm going to go for Portugal because I know nothing about Portugal, and I've read one or two bits and had one or two recommendations from subscribers, for which I'm grateful. Oh, the other guy, this guy who lives up in Inverness, Highland ADV, Alec. His videos are interesting to me as well. Begin hole on the left that we covered before. There was an interesting video from Saddlebags 73 down in the southwest. Oh, there's the old Italian prisoner of war camp that I've mentioned before. It really is in a sorry state now. Over there on the right, the Tissington Trail going over the top of us. Source of my part-time work now, the cycle hire shop in Ashbourne. Oh yeah, Saddlebags. What was I saying? There's another trail over the road, but I'm not going to go for that. I think we'll be riding that a bit later. If I ride that one, I'll probably end up late for my cup of tea at the Woodside Cafe. Yeah, Saddlebags, he hit the nail on the head for me a little bit. Because amongst all his usual mutterings, having a light-hearted go at different people, Exeter rider included, he was saying how he's discovered that, still recording, tour videos are not so popular. He's found that himself. Now, I thought it was just me. I mean, I don't pretend to put out masterpieces by any shape or form, but I honestly thought that the videos that I put out following my French, Andorran, Spanish trip last year were half decent, to be honest. But you know, you can look at your viewing levels on the videos, how many people watched, and with a couple of exceptions, those my tour videos tend to be fairly low numbers, unlike the video that I thought wasn't up to much, which was the video of the Dragon Rally a few weeks ago. By comparison, that one went viral. It's got about, I don't know, about 2,500 views. That's unheard of for me, to be honest. But so I don't know. I won't say I'm playing to the wrong audience, because if I was doing it, if I was making these videos purely for everybody else's sake, I probably would be a bit disappointed. Well, I'm disappointed, but a bit upset, I suppose, but I'm not, because so as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by my battery going flat. Just waiting for the other 3 now. Yeah, if I didn't get so much enjoyment from making these videos, particularly my touring videos, then yeah, I'd be a bit upset, but it's part of the fun, it's part of the interest, is actually making the videos and watching them through. I keep them for my own records, really, for my own reminders, and that was what it was all about to begin with for me. But I'm doing a couple of tours anyway this year, and I was still going to film them, obviously. Next month I'm off up to Scotland. Next month now, yeah, off up to Scotland. Up to Royal Deeside, Braemar, Royal Deeside, one of my coach tour areas that was really interesting, and it's going to be really interesting on the bike. There we go, Robin and Mick behind and Steve in front. And then, unless I've already mentioned it, in October, my Spanish trip this time. I know I've mentioned Morocco, but no, I've had 1 or 2 recommendations from people, subscribers, regarding Portugal, northern Portugal. 1 or 2 areas that really deserve a close look, so that's this coming year. There'll be other trips as well, obviously, but apart from that, there's days out with these guys now that spring seems to have sprung, and I'll be off across to Yorkshire now that my youngest son has joined the realms of the motorcyclist, and keep an eye on his progress. And then Nick, who came to the Dragon with me on his Kawasaki Versys. It's great to be out with the lads, to be honest. One or 2 other channels I've been watching during the winter. I like to keep an eye on Steve and Dick's, the Norfolk Thunderbolt. We have a common interest in model rail, although my interest is lapsed these days, but I still have the interest there in model railways. It's always been there and always will be, I think. It's nice to see how he develops with his models, and of course his bikes, constantly making improvements. I find him interesting to watch and listen to, Stephen. What a beautiful morning it's turning out to be. According to the BBC weather forecast on my phone, it was forecasting just a misty day. Allegedly the Northern Lights were due to put an appearance in over the Staffordshire moorlands yesterday evening. had a look outside various times and it was just wet and cloudy, so rainy and cloudy, so there was no chance of seeing anything. Right, now the idea of this one was basically to check the microphone and how shaky the picture is. So I've been filming for long enough to do that, and I do want to keep this one short again, so I'll call it a day for now at this one, and I'll say cheerio, and see you in the next one. If you've enjoyed listening to my ramblings this time, and looking at my local countryside, then give us a thumbs up if you could, and as usual, if you've not subscribed already, just hit the subscribe button and the notification button, and please, again, this one is checking up on the quality, so please let me know what you think of it. The amount of feedback I got off the last one was really good, and it's nice to see that, to be honest. And as I said before, I can handle constructive criticism, which is what I tend to get. So, yeah, see you in the next one. Cheers for now.